Good morning, DJs. I'm going to show you a few new features on the new Serato Update 1.8 that you might find useful. So if you haven't downloaded it, I would encourage you to do so. Some may say that these are some advanced tricks I'm about to show you, but I would make the argument that these are great beginner tips as well to help you in your mixing. First thing I want to show you is the keys, song keys that are listed here, 8A, 12B, all these different keys. These can help you mix in key. I would say this is very important if you don't have a musical background and can't really distinguish keys very well. This will help you mix things so that they sound and blend well together. So how do you get this key column listed here to make sure you have keys listed? You want to actually double click on this thing here and you'll see key and you'll select that. When you first add it, this key column may be on the far right. You can drag any category to any section that you want. I like mine in the front because it's easier to see. At first, this category is going to be very blank because we don't have very many songs in our library that have the keys listed. To get those keys shown, all you need to do is make sure you're in the All folder, select all of these songs, and drag them to Analyze File. If you have a large library, which we do, you want to analyze these files overnight. I started at 10 in the morning and then it took till 2 in the morning. I'd rather have done this while I slept. Again, make sure that you don't have your controller hooked up when you analyze these files. Once you have them all analyzed, click on the Setup tab or button at the top. It'll take you to another screen and you want to click on Library and Display. Once you get into that screen, you'll see Display. It says Show Key As. You want to make sure that it's on Camelot. That's the one I would recommend. Camelot is one of the most widely accepted key mixing systems and probably one of the most easiest to understand, so I'd recommend that over all the others. So once you have Camelot selected, go ahead and hit Setup and then it'll take you back to your library. So how does the Camelot system work? Well, there's 12 numbers, 1 through 12, and there's 2 letters, A and B. As you'll see at the top, I have 5A. So basically anything that has a number will have an A or a B next to it. So it'll either be 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and so on all the way up to 12. So a song with the same number and letter, 5A as an example, if you had another song in 5A, it would be in the same key. If you want to mix in a relative key, then it would either be one below or one above. So if it was 5A, it would be either 4A or 6A. In addition to the one above or one below for relative key, you can also change the letter, but the letter has to be for the same number. So it would be either 5A or 5B. So basically, if you had 4B or 6B, that would not work with the 5A key. It would be dissonant. Having the mixing key ability on Serato is going to make a huge difference for you and your guests when you're able to mix in relative or same keys. But that's not the only upgrade that Serato's done. Let's say you wanted to mix 2 songs that weren't in the same key and you didn't want it to be dissonant. How can you do that? Well, Serato 8.1 has another upgrade feature called Pitch in Time. This allows you to change the pitch without changing the tempo. This is a paid-for expansion pack, but I think it's worth it. You can decide if you want to get it for yourself or not. So going back into the program, there is a button on the bottom right that says My Serato. If you click on that, it allows you to see the expansion packs, which if you click on it, you can go and order whatever expansion packs you want. I think they're relatively cheap too. I don't know the cost off the top of my head for each pack, but that'll be on their website. So once you've gotten that pack, if you click on the Setup, there's actually a tab that says Expansion Packs, and as you can see, Pitch in Time is in there. So click on that Pitch in Time DJ pack and you'll want to click Enable Pitch in Time DJ. Then click Setup to get you back to your library. Now, since this is an actual live application feature, you'll need to hook in your controller to actually utilize this feature. So I'm going to use this Jason Derulo track, which I've loaded into my player, and you can see it says the key there, 5A, and then there's 2 arrows left and right. I'm going to play the song in its original key. Okay, but as I change the arrow, it'll change the pitch. As I change the arrow, the number of the key will change. So 7A, 2A, I'm going up 3 steps. Now what's cool about this is the tempo is still the same. Now, I do want to caution you, be careful to not go too far one way or the other on the change in key, because it'll be noticeable to your guests. So those are the two biggest features that we have on Serato's latest update 1.8. If you want to see all the other new features, just go on their website. Hope this is helpful.